Hey, what's up team? Nick from the Karate Playbook here. Now today's video is going to be something that you've actually requested quite a bit, and that's some tips on how to give you the best reverse punch or Gyaku Zuki, plus some mistakes that you might be making that are keeping you from having the best version of this reverse punch possible. So with that, let's jump right into it. Alright, so the reverse punch or Gyaku Zuki in Japanese is without question one of the most commonly thrown techniques in not just karate but any striking art, because it is fast, it's efficient, but more than anything else, it's really easy to learn at first. Easy! But because of that, a lot of people overlook the details about how to throw it really well. So the fact that you guys were asking for this video and are watching it right now is a really awesome thing. It says a lot about you as a martial artist and how you're looking to grow. So with that, let's jump into some of these details, some of the mistakes that we see, and how we can fix them. So a basic reverse punch in kumite is going to come right from your guard, whether it be on your stomach or by your chest or by your face, and it's going to go straight into the target. So one of the common mistakes that we see is if you're watching from here, the hand pulls back and then goes forward. Now this happens because we quite often thinking about making power with this punch. So a little bit later in the video, I'm going to talk about how we can actually generate a ton of power without needing a lot of arm strength. Alright, so as we do this, we want to avoid pulling this arm back before we throw it. So what I tend to do is think about my elbow instead of my hand, and think about my elbow just going straight to the target. Now in addition to that, if you're looking at it from this angle, I want to make sure that I'm not swinging this arm out to the side. Now this happens a lot when I'm pushing my shoulder forward and trying to generate a lot of force in my punch, but it actually winds up doing the opposite quite often. So I'm putting my body forward and then I'm just kind of throwing my arm. So this little detail is actually going to cause a lot of problems with your kumite because the other person's going to see your punch coming, you're going to pick up a lot of air resistance or wind resistance, and it's going to slow your punch down, but also you're disconnecting your arm from your power source, your body. So it's going to have a lot less power to it in general. Alright, so as we throw this, we want to keep this straight but also close to our body, so not letting it come out to the side. So actually if you listen, you'll hear my arm slide against my body every time I go to throw this punch. So my elbow is staying right against my body and the punch is rotating over right at the very end. Alright, so now how do we actually get power in our reverse punch? And this actually comes from our body. So let's say I weigh 150 pounds and I want to throw a punch with a lot of power. I can put all of my 150 pounds behind my punch, but that's if I don't put it in front of my punch. Alright, so if I lean in first and then throw my arm, I'm going to be just punching with arm strength plus a little bit of what we call elastic recoil, so this stretch that you get in your chest before you throw your punch. It does give you some power, but you get a lot more if you get this in front and then essentially use it as a battering ram with putting your body and having that rotation right at the end. Alright, now the way we can maximize this is if I'm set up in my stance, I'm going to take my rear hip and actually pull it down and back slightly. Now of course if I just sat here and went 1, 2, you're going to see it coming every time, so we want to hide that. Now the way we can hide it is just with our movement, we can set back and then load this hip. So if I'm setting back this way, I load this hip and then fire without pausing too much. So again, I don't want to be moving and then stop and then punch. I just want to let my hip kind of load like this here. So as I go, I can load it and then throw my punch. Now another way is to hide it with your jab. So I might throw my jab, blade back this way, and then throw my reverse punch underneath. Now the last thing to keep in mind is that after we throw this, I have my whole body rotated and I need to recover out or off to the side. So as we throw this, my whole body goes in, everything rotates, but then I want to make sure that I pull it back in a straight line as well. Here, and then recover in a straight line. So keep these things in mind. Let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything you think I missed. Now if there's any video requests or if you just want to say hi, drop those in the comments as well. I love to connect with everybody down there. But have a great time training this. Have an awesome day and we'll see you all in the next video. Alright, peace!